Howdy SEOmoz readers. Today I am going to be talking about some information about how websites acquire links. I came upon the subject. I saw a new blog from Jen Slegg, who runs Jen Sense, which is a contextual advertising blog, and she's a genius in that field. And she started a new blog at jenniferslegg.com. And one of the first posts I saw was questioning whether LinkBait would be something that Google and the other search engines would quickly discount. So hearing that from her and hearing it from a bunch of other people as well, almost every time the subject of LinkBait comes up, I figured it'd be a good thing to address with our Whiteboard Friday. So, how do websites acquire links? Really, there's kind of the three methods that I'm going to talk about here. So, natural links through enterprise, content, news, kind of doing the same things that they would normally do in business. So here we have bluecoffee.com. I hope they don't actually exist. I didn't even bother to check. And here's some people who drink coffee. Maybe they're university students, or they're writers, or they're people running companies, small companies. And they write about on their blogs how they were at Blue Coffee while they, did their blogging or their writing or their company building. Maybe maybe bluecoffee.com goes public and thus gains a lot of newspapers' attention, and then newspapers write about them. Maybe someone gets burned by some boiling hot coffee. That must be painful. Sorry, my faces are so terrible. That's just how it is. And a video of it goes on YouTube. And then lots of people link to bluecoffee.com there. Maybe not good branding, but good links. Maybe they've got some location pages, right, that list all the locations of Blue Coffee in the Houston, Texas area. And what do you know, the local search engines like City Search and Yelp and Yahoo Local or whatnot are all linking to those location pages. Great. So these are kind of like normal everyday things that they're earning links just through the course of doing their everyday business. I would say Google, Yahoo, MSN, absolutely. They want to count all these links, right? These are links that are earned through the course of business. They're certainly editorially given. There's no manipulation there. Then let's look at some classic SEO type of techniques. So bluecoffee.com hires an SEO to do some link building. Okay, so here we have our SEO guy with his malshapen head, and first he contacts some scraggly-headed link brokers. And those link brokers are able to acquire a bunch of links for them. So he buys and submits for some directory links. Maybe he does some kind of classic link building where he emails sites to beg or buy links from them individually. And maybe he does things like placing links in places that have open submission, submitting to a directory, maybe submitting in a blog comment section or, other such things. The thing about all of this is, while it's not necessarily manipulative, and it's not necessarily something that Google is always going to discount, there's an aspect of it that's clearly not creating extra value for customers browsing that site, right? We're trying to increase the popularity of the site, but the site itself hasn't really gotten any better. And consumers aren't getting more out of it. They're just making it more visible. There's nothing wrong with marketing. Marketing is what we all do. And I think marketing is a good practice. But I want to bring up this third method of link building. Conveniently placed, huh? So, Blue Coffee hires an SEO to do link baiting and social media marketing. First off, I'm not pitching our services. No contacting SEOmoz because you think we can do this for you. We can, but that's not the point. The point is to learn. So that doesn't even look like a face. But here's our SEO guy, right? And this SEO team develops some great content ideas, right? Content ideas that can go on bluecoffee.com. Maybe it's a list, techniques for using a French press to get the very best coffee out of it. How much should you grind the beans, and how much caffeine are you going to get out of this blend versus that blend? What are the best blends? All this type of stuff. So this viral worthy content gets developed, right? Here's the guys working on their laptops. This one looks backwards. And then the bait gets launched on bluecoffee.com, right? So some great idea puts up there. And that content gets submitted to social sites and bloggers. So here's Dig and Reddit. Maybe it makes it on TechMeme because a few bloggers write about it. Maybe they, submit an idea to Lifehacker and it goes on Lifehacker because it's about coffee, and Lifehacker likes to write about things like that. And then the content maybe makes or doesn't make the homepage. So here's dig, and it gets in the first position there. And what happens? Once it makes it here, you still don't have a successful piece of link bait. You've got one more step, and I think that a lot of people lose track of this and don't realize that just because it made the homepage of dig does not necessarily mean it's going to go any further than that. Here's the key part. All these linkerati, right? Your bloggers, your writers, editors, journalists, they decide if this content deserves a link, if it's really worthy of a link. If it is, then you're going to get this result, right? You're going to see that Google is going to start ranking these things well because they're earning a lot of links. They've earned the trust and the authority and the votes of all of these linkerati folks. This is really a very organic, natural way of doing things. The fact that marketing is behind it doesn't deter from the fact that we're improving the quality of the content on the site, that the site overall is now more valuable, at least to some people, at least to the people who link to it. Something is newsworthy, something is worthy of that link, right? Link baiting is not about manipulating, it's not about placing links, it's not about buying them or about acquiring them. It's not even about emailing, relevant sites and getting the link back because you're in the right industry or because you'll put together a reciprocal link. It's really about earning links. And I think that from here on out, forever after, Google will continue to give editorially given links that have earned their weight, the type of priority that you rarely see. So I would urge you all not to think of link baiting as manipulative, but to think of it as organic and think of it as something that's going to continue to provide value from now to eternity. Thanks very much, everyone. Have a good weekend. Howsy? What the hell is that? I think I was trying to say, seriously, dude? What are you doing?
It'll be an outtakes.
Take two?
Yep.